Howdy y'all, Caleb here. We've got a battle report. We are fighting on the game type of tectonic interference, which is basically shifting objectives from the old book. I'm taking a list that I saw in the comments, Mackie Mac. I liked his list, and so I was going to play that one today. So what we've got here is we've got a Stegodon Chief with this guy right here. We've got 2 Skink Priests. We have an Engine of the Gods. And we have 3 Stegodon battle lines and 2 Bastillodons. That's 3 different battalions. We've got a Warlord, an Alpha Beast, and a Hunters battalions for a whopping 9 drops, I think. But it gets lots of monsters in it, and so I thought it was gonna be fun. So 7 monsters and 2 Skink Priests. That's my kind of list. All right, let's see what Axton's bringing. And today Axton is bringing, he's going to be playing some trolls. We've got some dank hold Troggoths. We've got 2 of those, one there and one there. And they're bringing their friends of a ton of Rockgut Troggoths. We have 4 units of 6 using all 4 reinforcement points. Also have Scragrot, who's not the general, so not quite as useful when he's not the general, but that's just the way the points worked out. And a Fungoid Cave Shaman. So they'll be producing some command points and doing some wizardry stuff. And so, against the Rockguts. They are in Glog's Mega Mob, so sub-faction. And so they can return from the cave. So Axton outdropped me and he decided I'm gonna go first. I do get to move the Bastillodon up D6 inches. He moved 5. This one moved 3. I'm taking the battle tactic of aggressive expansion so that I just need to take 2 objectives, which shouldn't be too hard in this one. And we're going to see which one the alpha is, which is worth 2 points. The other 2 are only worth 1. We'll come back to you here in a minute. In my hero phase, this little Skink Priest here was blowing up that moon who had Scragrot inside and did no wounds to Scragrot, these Rockguts, or these Rockguts, so we failed all those. I also failed both my prayers, or both my abilities, the 3-up ability from the Skink Priest, and this one to give my Skink Chief run and shoot and charge. I think he'll be okay, because he has the Cloak of Feathers, he does move an extra 4 inches, so he has a 6-inch charge, +1 from the Sacred Asterisms, and I have a command point in my back pocket if I need to reroll that. I did give him +1 to hit, and he got the Bless from one of the priests, so he has a 6-up ward save. Basically just moved everybody else up to try to shoot and hold objectives. I did have to send 1 Stegodon over here to claim the Alpha objective, because that's worth 2. And so now on to shooting. Alright, so first shot was from the Bastillodon into the unpainted trolls. And they have a 5-up, -1 ren. He opted not to do all-out defense, and rolled pretty much all 6s. So this may be how this game is going. He's over there dancing. Look at that. Look at that. What a poor sport. So not the best showing for my shooting in this match. I did manage to kill off 2 trolls. That was it. 1 is almost dead. I was hoping to kill off a few more of those guys, and this big boy is going to charge into those. Alright, Stegodon Chief with Cloak of Feathers, Finest Hour, and +1 to hit from the Priest did some work. We killed almost all these trolls. 1 had 1 health left, and this one was full health, so we had 2 left, but he did well clearing those guys. They used, he saved the Bravery, Inspiring Presence on these guys. They passed their Bravery test. And so Seraphon scores 6 points turn 1. We scored all 3 objectives, and we got our aggressive expansion battle tactic. So 6-0. Now over to the trolls. In the hero phase here, the Stegodon. I actually got heroic recovery off on the Stegodon Chief. I had to roll under 5 to get that and healed up his wounds, so that was pretty awesome. He teleported the 2 Trogs out of there to go help score an objective. These guys are all coming in for the Chief. This unit's moving up to take on the Bastillodon. That unit's moving up to capture this objective. They're not going to be trying to make a charge. And then here's our 2 that they teleported over to this Alpha objective. So Scragrot nearly broke the artifact. I made a mistake. I'm just barely within range of Scragrot's nick it, and he almost broke my Cloak of Feathers, but luckily it didn't go off. Whew. On to shooting, throwing their rocks, and charging. We have a duel going on here between a Dankhold Trog boss and the Stegodon Chief. I have Cloak of Feathers, so I'm -1. I also have +1 for my Stegodon Helm versus the Dankhold, and I spin a command point for +1 so I can negate his rend. He spin a command point to reroll his ones to hit. He also has these trolls here. So he was hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s, and he rolled all 4 dice. A big whiff from the Dankhold Trog boss. I might be in trouble over here though. This Bastildon's taking quite a bit of damage. He had a lot of rocks thrown at him, and so his save right now isn't that good. He's probably gonna go down. End of turn 1, the Bastildon is gone. He got taken out by those trolls. The trolls were able to take the alpha objective. He's got 8 models on it. I've only got 5. This middle one though, I still hold it with my 2 Stegodons. I have 10 on it. He only has 6. And then over here I also have 10. He only has, I guess it counts as 2 for his Dankhold. Man, I almost cleared these trolls in my attack back, but he had some great saves. And then he took off about 4 wounds off the Chief here. And so in total, trolls score 5 points. They also got Bring It Down, which was their battle tactic by killing the Bastildon. And so it's now 6-5. On to roll off. Okay, so start of 2, we're going to see where the objective goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. And it stays here. It stays here. What, were you excited about that one? So it stays here, so that might be a little bit of trouble for me. Okay, let's roll off, see who gets priority. You got a dice, put it right here in the middle. Here we go. I got a 2, and he got a 6.
Double turn.
So I'm guessing you're going to go. I'm guessing you're going to go. Okay. We might be in trouble here. We might be in trouble. We've got some trolls bearing down on us hard here in turn 2. All right, let's go. Turn 2, trolls. So over here in the hero phase, Scragrot, he did bust the Cloak of Feathers. He broke the Cloak of Feathers and took some mortal wounds onto the Stegodon Chief. So Stegodon Chief is not in a good shape. He's got 4 wounds left. Prayers up for him. Over here in the middle, these trolls made an advance through their rocks at these Stegodon and charged into both of these Stegodons. This is going to be an interesting combat here to see who can kind of weather the storm. We're going to take a lot of damage. Maybe a Stegodon can do some back. Over here, these guys advance, these trolls, and so I did the redeploy on this Stegodon and rolled a 6, so he moved back 6 inches to make it a 9-inch charge for those guys. So that was clutch. Saved his bacon. They're going to take the objective, which they already had, but at least it saved his Stegodon. So, yeah, Scragrot did some damage. He did his Stick of the Bad Moon to that Stegodon there, so he'll be taking some mortals the rest of the game. And now we're on to combat. Okay, middle of 2. Trolls just had their turn. They killed off one of the Stegodons here in the middle. And so they capture that objective. They still hold the alpha over here. Over here, my Stegodon Chief got to attack first and was 2 wounds away from clearing off the Dankhold. But then he struck back and finished off the Stegodon Chief. Without Cloak of Feathers, he's not quite as tough. And so we've still got some monsters here. We've still got 4 monsters on the table, but I need to do some work in my turn. Trolls scored 6 points. They got their Broken Ranks battle tactic and then scored the rest. So we need to have a good turn here from the Thunderlizards. Let's go! One of the mighty Trog bosses has fallen, and it was to the lowly, the Starbolt missile weapon from my Skink Priest that took down his last wound. Humiliating. Feel bad for yourself. So end of turn 2, and I took out the dank boss over here with the priest. Then we shot everything we had over here into these trolls and charged in the other 2 Stegodons, killed off those trolls, put a couple wounds onto this boss here. They still hold this objective over here, but I score 1 point for this one, another point for this one, I achieved my battle tactic of broken ranks by killing off one of his battle line for another 2 points, and I did it with a monster, so that gives me an extra point there. So now I score 5 in this turn, and that means we're tied at 11 points going into the roll-off for turn 3. It's getting down to the wire. We don't have a lot left, and this is an important one. All right, first we're gonna see where the objective goes. It's been here at 1 the whole time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here we go. Yes! Oh no. Oh no. It stays here under his control. The alpha objective just likes that side. Are you ready for roll off for turn 3? Let's see what roll off is. Get your dice. Get your dice. Turn 3 and roll off. I got a 5. And he got a 5.
I'm first.
That means he went.
Take it.
He's taking it. He wins ties, so he gets the priority. All right. Turn 3. Here we go. Trolls are getting a little desperate in their turn. They just screened this objective so they could hold it here. They teleported these guys in here just to help throw rocks, but most of them missed. They did hit 1 rocks into this Stegodon. His dank boss charged. Well, he moved first, and I relocated back, but didn't get far enough out, and he was able to make the charge. I overwatched, didn't do any damage. He charged into combat, was attacking me. I had my Stegodon helm for +1. I spent another command point from the engine for another +1, and the dank hold whiffed. No damage done to the Stegodon. He was hoping to kill off that Stegodon. Now the Stegodon's going to get to attack back. What do you think? Think he's going to kill him? It's just one Stegodon who's kind of hurt, so we'll see. End of the turn. I think that went about as well for Seraphon as I could have hoped for. We got 2 damage back on the dank hold from 1 Stegodon. That wasn't quite as much as I wanted, but he was hurt. So he scores the alpha for 2 points. He doesn't score any of the other objectives. I've still got monsters on those, so that's pretty crucial that they count for 5. So he did get the, what was it called? The battle tactic of ferocious advance. So he ran 3 units, those 2 and this one. So he gets 2 points there for a total of 4. So he's up 4 points, but now it's my turn, and I think I'm going to be able to hit back pretty hard and hopefully put this away. Oh, you need to roll to see if some trolls come back. So on a 4 up, some trolls come back. They do not.
But then what?
Yeah, so not this turn. Finally a unit died, and then they just don't want to come back. They don't want back in this fight. They said these I can't beat these Seraphon.
No,
we're not coming back here.
No, they can't.
Okay, so in my hero phase, we did an okay job. We took off about 6 wounds off of the dank boss in shooting and hero phase from the Realm Shaper engine. And I fired off the Engine of Gods twice. On the second time, it blew itself up and did D3 mortal wounds. I was hoping to help heal this guy, but didn't. So we made the charge over here. He did fall back, but I made a long enough charge. He only rolled, I think, 2 inches on his fallback. And so we made the charge here. We've got 2 Stegodons here. Hopefully we'll clear those 2 guys off, and I think we may be able to wrap this game up if the combat goes well. We'll see. In the combat phase, we barely got the dank hold. I hyped up the Engine of the Gods. It was his finest hour. I had +1 to hit. And dank hold had Mystic Shield and spent a command point for +1 to his save. I missed the roar on him. And it came down to 2 dice rolls on his after save, and he failed one of them. That was the 1 wound he needed, and dank hold's gone. So now combat over here, we got some Rockguts and then the Stegodon, and we might be looking at the end of the game. End of turn 3, and we were able to take out the Warlord. That gave me my battle tactic. I score the middle objective and this right hand objective, so I get a total of 5 points because I did kill the Warlord with the monster. So I get 5 points. He got 5 points on the last one too because he also killed a monster, and so we are tied at 16 points each at the end of 3. Let's see where the alpha objective goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6 here. So let's see. Oh, it goes all the way over to this side here, which is very good. So I think I have a good chance at that. Let's see where your moon goes. Roll a dice, see where your moon goes. And it advances once, so it's over to here now. And roll off for priority now. So let's see what priority is here. Roll it over here. And I got a 2.
Yes.
You got a 6. So you do get to take priority if you want to. You're gonna take it, see what you can do. Okay, here we go. Turn 4. All right, end of the Trolls' turn 4. Did not go as planned. They took the battle tactic Conquer because I left this back door open, and he could teleport right in here with some Trolls and take this, which would get Conquer, would also get the Alpha, and would score him some points. But Scragrot failed the teleport, and so these Trolls were stuck over here. They did throw enough rocks to kill off a monster, a Stegodon here, so they threw those off. They did some more damage to these guys, but ultimately it wasn't enough. They charged in 2 Trolls and didn't do very much damage. He did finally get some Trolls back from the moon, but I think it's a little too late. He was only able to score 2 points this turn, and I should be able to capitalize on a full 6 on this next turn, or a full 5 on this next turn, and take the lead. And so that's where we're calling it right now. A good game, some early drama between the Dankhold Trolls and the Stegodons. So good game, Axton. Good game. We're counting this as a win for Seraphon and the monster list. I would say the biggest downfall of this list is I was always running low on command points. I was able to score objectives decent enough because they counted as enough. They count as 5 models on each objectives. That's nice. And the shooting was good. Sometimes it was kind of streaky as this is low quantity but high quality. But I really needed more command points. I think switching out maybe one of these priests, wiggling in a star priest maybe, but these priests work out. They work out so well. That +1 to hit is nice. But you do need some more command points in this army. It's so hungry for command points. Trolls are tough, man. Trolls are tough. They're hard to beat, and they can do a lot of damage. Luckily, Coalesce reduces their damage by 1, but they can still pump it out. So, all right, good game, Axton. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.